Hey guys, it's Brittany. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about being a mom and juggling life while not forgetting who you are and your goals because you are more than a mama. So today's topic is going to be about useless baby items, things you probably don't need to buy. So I am a true loves mom commercial where they're like, your first child, and it's like, by the second child, everyone doesn't care. So I'm gonna go over a few items that I no longer use for my second child, why I don't use them, what I maybe use instead. But I'm gonna preface this by saying, if this is your first child, wild out, enjoy it, throw it in your registry. But if you're looking for ways to cut and maybe things that you don't need to use or need to necessarily have, this will be good for you. But before I get started, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff if you find value in my video. So let's get started. So the first item that I no longer use is a bottle warmer. So I actually used to cozy through my first pregnancy with my first daughter. It broke towards the end and we just kind of thugged it out. For my last pregnancy, I actually did get a bottle warmer and steamer sterilizer combo. I just never ended up using it. I got one off of Amazon. It came, the writing was half in Chinese, half crazy. I couldn't tell how to use it. So I just never ended up using the thing. What I use instead is I typically put water in a bowl in the microwave, or I use my Keurig for hot water, and I put that in there and good as new. Haven't missed it, hasn't saved me any more time, and I love it. It's free, I already have one. So the second item that I no longer use is a sterilizer. So like I mentioned in the first item, I did buy this bottle warmer sterilizer combo thing and I couldn't figure out how to use it. So out with the bottle warmer and out with the sterilizer too. So with my second child, what I use is a pot of water on the stove. You have a pot, you have some water, you boil it, you put your stuff in there and you sterilize it. A lot of companies, when you buy equipment, they'll tell you to sterilize it first and they actually tell you to do it that way. I think you leave it on for 10 minutes after it's boiling. So you have pot, you have water, it's absolutely free. And one of the things that when I had my first daughter, I used to sterilize all the time, bring the bottles home, wash them and sterilize them. And what I recently read is that you don't have to sterilize bottles after every single use. And so I actually did check this on a few sources and all the ones that I could find were just hey, back in the day when water quality wasn't so-so, it was a thing, but there's no need to sterilize your bottles every single day unless maybe you have a kid that's immunocompromised or something like that. Then of course, there's no need to do it every day and it actually saved me a lot of time. Now I did sterilize my items every now and then. It just wasn't an every single day thing like I did. And some people might disagree with me, but my babies are alive and well, so it all worked out. I would use the sprays and everything like that, but as for sterilizing every single day, I did not do. The next thing that I did not invest in is a changing table. So to be fair, I do have a changing table from my first child that I still have. I still have the pad because I kept everything like a little pack rat. My husband made fun of me, but it saved us a lot of money. But I did not go out and invest in any more changing pads or changing tables. What I use instead is whatever's around. Sometimes it's a shirt, sometimes it's a towel. Sometimes we live life on the edge and we don't have a changing pad at all. You do it on the go. But what you'll realize is as a mom is that when you're changing your child, just kind of wherever you are and you're come on, let's get it done. You don't need one. You don't need a changing table. And if you are gonna get a changing table, maybe get the dresser combo set, which is what we have for my first child. But I wouldn't get a whole separate changing table or one of those little fold out, plastic mat things. Easy peasy done. The next baby item that I do not use anymore and I did not invest in was baby mittens. So again, with my first child, I used baby mittens and my grandma used to actually make fun of me because she would take the mittens off of Layla's hands and Layla would be and my grandma was yo, she's never seen her hands before. You always keep her hands in these mittens. And it's true, I did, because I didn't want her to scratch her face. So for Kai, I didn't invest in any mittens. I had a friend who gave me a lot of baby clothes, which was super helpful. Saved me so much money. So appreciative. But she had mittens there. But also what I used instead too is socks. And me this time, I actually wasn't afraid to cut nails. So just making sure that their nails were cut down and that's it. The next item that I did not use this time is a baby food processor blender. So for my first pregnancy, I asked for the food processor blender where you can steam the food and you can blend it. After using it for my first pregnancy, what I realized is that hey, do I have the NutriBullet or the Magic Bullet? I have the NutriBullet. The NutriBullet gets the job done. If you have a regular schmegular blender at home, you can take whatever you make, put it in a blender and blend it on up. You don't need a special baby blender to do the trick for you. I know there are some things now where it makes it easier and it's all in one, but for me, me, it was just an extra hassle, and my blender did a much better job than the one that I got. The next item that I did not invest in this time around is shoes. So you'll see a lot of baby shoes. I got a lot of baby shoes, like I was mentioning, from my friend that she hadn't even touched. We didn't touch a lot of them either. And it's, you know, babies don't walk. Like, they don't need shoes. You can get them socks. You can put shoes on them for a photo, but I honestly would not recommend investing in a ton of little like baby shoes. Maybe buy them for like an outfit or something, like if you're taking pictures, but definitely don't go out and spend a ton of money on baby shoes that your baby doesn't need and is not gonna use. So the next item that I'm gonna mention, and it's probably on every single baby list you've ever saw, so you already know, but it is the wipe warmer. So my first child was the first grandchild on both sides. So she, you know, she was like the golden child for a little bit, but my husband's mom actually bought her a wipe warmer, and she was like, oh, like, you know, her wipes are not gonna be cold. She needs warm wipes or whatever. We've had it for a little bit, and then like I think the top broke off and we ended up not using it because if the top's not on, the wipes dry out. But it's really just unnecessary. Like, it's not necessary. Don't get it. I don't use anything else instead. I just use regular wipes. The next item on my list that I do not use or invest in is the baby detergent. So like your dress. I don't buy any of that stuff. And I actually didn't buy it the first time either. I got it as a gift for my first pregnancy and that baby shower, and I actually got a bottle for my second child as well. Now, let me just say, I absolutely love the way dress smells. I think they have magically figured out how to bottle the scent of a baby and just like put it in a bottle. It smells amazing, but it's also expensive and it is not necessary. So for me, what I already purchased is I purchased like Tide Free and Clear. So the laundry detergent that I use has no perfumes, no dyes, and I use that and I wash everyone's clothes in it, and it's just one and done. So the last item on my list is actually a baby bassinet. While I did have one for my first child and my second child, and I'm not saying don't get one because I got one and I'd probably get one again if I had one, you can't get around not using one. So that's why I'm gonna put it on the list. So if you purchase a pack and play, most pack and plays, at least mine, have the option where you can raise the bottom of it up and down, kind of just like a crib. So you could get away with, if you have purchased a pack and play already, using your pack and play as a bassinet instead of buying a pack and play and a bassinet if you're looking to save money. I got the Fisher Price, not Rock and Play, that's the one that was like killing babies that got recalled, but I got the other one, the one that lays flat this time, and it folded down. It was, I think it retails for like $100. If I can find it, I'll put the link in the description box. But I actually love that one because it was easy to move and manipulate. So if you are gonna get a bassinet, I would definitely say like the old school ones that like look like a bassinet. Don't invest in any of those like really bulky ones. So guys, that's it for the list. That's a list of things that I no longer use after my second pregnancy. Let me know if you feel differently, if you find anything else that you say like, hey, this is useless too. Leave it below in the comment box for everybody else. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.